Hey guys, Angel here, and today we're talking about these sliding tapered dovetail mortise and tenons. So one of the simplest applications that you can use this joint for is as a drop-in joist. This here is a sliding tapered dovetail tenon, and here are a couple of the mortises. So this is one of the sills for the pergola that we have built for our class. So this here is a sill, and imagine that this is a joist. See how that perfectly drops in, and it's just a little bit proud. So if you need to, you can get your mallet, and that sits pretty darn flush. If you need to, you can always come with a hand plane and kind of take this down a little bit, but in most cases you won't. That tenon is made with this jig. So this is the tenon jig, and this is the mortising jig. So you can see this mortising jig sits like that. You come in with your router and hollow out that mortise. For the tenon, this sits on the very end, on the end grain like this, and you can see how with your router bit you can trace that path and get that tenon perfectly shaped. The reality is that this joist is going to have two sides to it. One of the things that you're going to have to consider is the depth of your router bit. So in this case, the router bit that we're using is 1 1/6 inches. So this guy has two tenons, so one here, and what we did here was we took this measurement and then transcribed it to this side, and then what I really want is the shoulder to shoulder length to be exact. So that's the thing, you really need to know what your shoulder to shoulder is going to be between the sills or whatever you're going to put these joists into. I would say that you need to know within 1/16 of an inch. Now it's better to be smaller than it is larger, so if you imagine your sills to be sucked in, it's better to have it under tension like that than in compression, so meaning that this guy is pushing the sills outward. That's probably the worst case scenario. It's not that big of a deal, honestly. In my sill project where I put in the drop-in joist, I got it right the first time, so it's not that difficult. Another thing is when you make your mortises and your tenons, you should leave the router bit at the same setting on all of it. What that's going to do is that it's going to cause this tenon to be exactly the depth of the mortise. In some cases I have had it where the tenon wouldn't sit all the way down properly because it was hitting on the back. So the easiest way to get around that, the easiest way to fix that is to put your tenon on end like this and come in with a hand plane, either a hand plane or an electric one, and then just shave that end grain, not even 1/16 of an inch. So probably a 32nd or half of a 32nd, just one quick shaving will get that end grain taken off just enough for this tenon to fit in there and be nice and tight and smooth and not hitting on the back. So really what you want is lots of contact on the cheeks of the dovetail and not so much at the very back of it. And then you'll have a nice secure joint. So see this guy? Even then I'm having trouble taking him out. Alright, I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope you guys actually do use these router jigs and make yourself some sweet sliding tapered dovetail joints. Thanks for watching.